sipping, so high you couldn't reach me with a antenna.
Fucking do I grabbed this nigga dick? Yeah, I grabbed it all, handful of dick and balls. Goddamn right. Grab that shit. Ugh.
Keith West, where many people know me as, and this is my co-host.
Yo, what up? It's Blake from Blake's Game Room. What's going on?
And this is Bobby.
Okay.
And today we're going to be introducing you to another episode of The Everyday Gamers.
Yep. My old co-host, Wicked the Zombie Clown, isn't here. He won't be here in a very long time because of his work schedule. Anyway, our first topic today is EA releasing Mass Effect in a form of a piece of shit and people eating it up. I think it's really fucked up how quality in video games has gone down from AAA developers when excuse me, when Naughty Dog and what's the other damn game company? CD Projekt. Yeah, Project Red is blasting out masterful fucking content here. And EA has been in the game for a very, very long time. And when they come out with Mass Effect 4, it's just sad, dog. And then the writing for Mass Effect with the whole trying to put trans people in. No trans person introduces themselves. Well, I used to be a man. My name was Greg at first, but I moved away so people could know me as Tasha. No one talks like that. No one in the real world talks like that.
You know what I don't understand. Why did they put a feminist in the lead of doing the animations? Number one, it came out fucked up because number one, she actually says she has no knowledge of video games. She's newer to the animation scene. So why would they put an amateur in the high up position? Who the fuck knows? But not only that, but she's a feminist. Feminists only want to. I look at it like this: feminists, they just destroy one thing and go to the next.
It's sad, man. Like everything.
I'm
sorry.
Think about it. Like a feminist got Battlefield to change, or they got one of the developers to change the game, and then guess what? They changed it for them. It was Blizzard. Blizzard changed something for the feminists because they were complaining. None of them bought the game. They got the victory and they moved on to something else, bitching about it to get something changed. But after it was changed to what they wanted, they never bought the game. They never supported the game, so it was changed for nothing.
Yeah, that was a waste of time.
Yeah, wasn't it for Overwatch?
Yes.
Yeah. That time and effort could have went into something else, and just then ripping out entire animations and rebuilding them.
Yep. Mr. Blake, you have anything to add?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. If you look at the majority of feminists, and not even in video games, but in the real world, they're complete and total, evil, I guess you could say, to whatever topic they decide to prey on next.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, I just watched a video of some crazy lady who was sat at the bar with two guy friends, apparently. They're all in their 40s, okay? And they said, hey, check out that cute girl over there. She got mad because they called her a girl.
What?
Really? She said they should have called her a woman because she's not a girl. A girl is a child.
Yes.
And all that. And that girl was not, and that person was not a child.
Some women does find it insulting when you call them a girl.
But, I mean, really? I don't find that insulting, at all. I mean, I've grown up in the South. I'm used to people calling each other boy.
Boy, girl.
Whatever. Hey, boy, get over here, or whatever, and I'm 23 years old. So, I've heard, my grandfather call my, dad and my uncle boy, and they're 55 and 65. So, it's kind of bullcrap that, now they're going after words, and eventually they're getting into all forms of media. You've already
Insane.
seen movies taken down.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be video games.
And comic
Next
books.
is music.
Music. And then, well, they're also going after anime, which also falls under movies and shit.
Yeah.
You know
TV
they
media.
already went after comic books when the Joker had a knife up to Batgirl and looked like he was going to rape her or something, and they was saying this need to be taken down.
And you know they're now trying to like force their way into politics, like government politics and shit.
I would love to have somebody in here that could explain why feminists is getting so in control of stuff. Because last time I checked, a company does not need to bend to the will of people that's not willing, that was never going to buy their products in the get-go.
You know, Keith, when the fuck did feminism like blow up like it just did? You know, within the last 2 or 3 years. You know, because go back to 7 years ago, 2010. You never heard about feminists.
No.
Feminism was dead.
I mean, you heard about it, but you didn't.
Yeah, but
it was never
wasn't
mainstream. It was never mainstream at all.
Yeah, I can think of 2 people that.
You guys know why? You guys know why?
What?
Not to get political, but it's because it's the liberalization of America.
Yeah, true.
It's the left-wing ideas and it's the left-wing bigotry of America trying to take over America as a whole. And as you can see, with the last election, apparently, where it counts in the working land of America, the working spots,
yep,
that shit ain't gonna fly.
No. And you know, they came to Washington, D.C., where I'm supposed to be from. You know, I sometimes like to shower in the mud because I'm a predator. Hint, hint. They came down to my home country and destroyed my fucking property. I mean, I couldn't take them down all. I mean, I'm just one fucking predator. My fucking tribe is nowhere near here. These motherfuckers wrecked my fucking city, my fucking swamp, and everything. Yes?
Yo, you needed the aliens' help with it. He was nowhere to be seen.
I know, right? I mean, these fucking faggots can pretend to be women when they're men, but me as a predator, I can't live in my fucking swamp house because that's just not safe. Fucking faggots. I mean, I'm sorry. Excuse me. This is, by the way, for my audience, this is me coming out as a predator.
The way he's saying that, dude. The way he's saying a
predator. And just for reference, everybody, he doesn't mean sexual.
Oh yeah, I gotta make that clear. The fucking pedophile motherfuckers.
That's why I was just laughing, like the way he's saying predator.
Okay.
And he said I can't, and he's like I can't live in that house. Dude, the way you're saying that, Jesus.
Yes. To get back on point here, though, I myself going to stop supporting EA and any other person that refuse to give good quality content because
Ubisoft's a perfect example of that.
Yeah, especially when they can't give good quality games for PC when I shouldn't be stuck at 60 fucking frames per second, especially in a racing car game, that in a shooting game as well. That's fucking ridiculous.
Especially with your hardware.
Thank you. My 1070 is able to get me within the hundreds. I'm stuck.
You know, and I don't leave out the i7 6700K. That's definitely more than capable.
Oh yes sir, It is. You know, the Motherlands haven't given me the old Power 20 series yet, because you know I'm stuck in the future. I'm stuck in the present with y'all and shit. But anyway,
is it the future, present, or past?
Well, I'm stuck in a present with y'all, but the Motherland's supposed to give me the 30 series, not the 10 series. But they're like, hey, we can't give this to you yet. The humans will take that away from you.
I was supposed to get
technically with all this feminist bullshit going around, I feel like we're stuck in hell. But, you know, yes. That's just my thing.
And the feminists grow like these things and go, I'm gonna. The feminists grow these things and like, I'm gonna feast on you.
God damn. Okay, if we, like I said, gonna stop supporting these companies, and I don't know why everybody supported Mass Effect. Yes, glitches is funny and one thing, but when that's your whole fucking game, glitches out the glitches, when you pay $60 and plus more dollars, nah, dog, get the fuck out.
And like, I mean, look at the running, crouching, ducking, like when you crouch behind cover the running, walking, crouching animations. It's fucking ridiculous. It looks.
Who was
your character-
animating that? Was they animating crippled? I'm
it was
sorry.
that. It was the feminist was the lead, so she had like the final say in every animation, and she was an amateur. She's an amateur at doing animations.
Maybe she thought if people thought this was real funny, people would just continue to buy it, and that's what.
I mean, like, your character runs around like it's a fucking crab.
Oh, and you remember you seen that one part when the alien shot at her gun? I think it was a her or him.
Yeah, I'm the one that showed you that. The gun was backwards.
How the fuck did it shoot?
Yo, Blake, did you see that shit?
Yeah.
The gun was backwards. Like, what the fuck?
Alright, I would like to
Well,
go.
unfortunately, this isn't the first time this has happened in video games. This ain't the last time it's going to happen in video games.
Mm-hmm.
But the majority of people, sorry to say, we want something new. We want something shiny. We don't care if it's a polished turd or a polished diamond. People are still going to pay day one for shit. And companies know that. EA knows it. Ubisoft knows it.
Yep.
Nintendo knows it.
Activision definitely knows it.
Activision definitely knows it.
I wanted to talk.
Microsoft and Sony both know it. And it's the fact that they can release a semi-polished turd and get $60 for it. GameStop's going to sell the pre-orders. Best Buy is going to sell the pre-orders. Best Buy is going to sell the pre-orders, and Amazon, because they're giving 20% off all new games now. What more incentive do you need to go out and buy these games when you got these places, giving $12 off a brand new game every time it comes out?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, companies, if you want to stick it to the company, you gotta show them you don't want their bullshit, and they need to come out with something first that is good, and not come out with something and then throw a patch on it later.
Yep.
But unfortunately, people are going to continue to buy shit
Day one.
and have the shit patched, and companies are going to continue to get away with it until we get away from that process, until more people start buying either used games or don't buy the game at all, but yeah.
See, I think that's a perfect segue into the second.
Oh yes. Blake, what's topic 2 here? I think it is a good idea to support. Is it a good idea to support Kickstarter and other companies when they refuse to hold people accountable when their project is done and they got all their money? I understand when they haven't got to their goals, so I mean, do that money still go to the person that's doing their project, or do that go back to the fans when they don't get their goal complete?
There's one company. I know that there's one company that it stays with the people, and then there's one of the other websites that goes back to the funders. I don't know if that's Kickstarter or if that's Indiegogo. One of them, the money stays. So
from what I understood, I thought it was you agree to pay, let's say, $10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And you go ahead and give them access to your PayPal or whatever. Do they take the $10 out right then and there? I thought it wasn't until they hit their goal. They then take out the $10.
I wouldn't know because I never donated money to it. I'm always this.
I think that's how it happens.
Okay.
Because
I'm not 100% sure myself with that.
I think that's how it happens. I haven't done one in a really long time, but I think that company should be held responsible.
Yes. For
not coming out with their product when they say so. Look at Mighty Number 9. How big of a fuck up that was.
But then they go through with their what they promised and just had a bad quality.
No, because that shit got delayed like 10 times. So.
Yeah, it got delayed a shitload of times. It never came out when it was promised. And then when it came out, it was the same problem we had with our first segment, which was it was a polished piece of shit.
And if I remember correctly, I think a lot of the backers that paid money didn't actually get their copies.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of discrepancies, and it was not good. It was not good at all. I think those Kickstarter things are good for certain things. Maybe a pair of headphones. Look at those cat ear headphones that light up that came out. Those got picked up by a well-known retailer of Brookstone, and they've sold really well. They sell on Amazon really well for $130 a pair. All right? That's great. That's something that was successful through Kickstarter. There's other little gadgets and nicks and knacks.
Oh, and my favorite game, Wasteland 2. That was funded by Kickstarter. I love the shit out of that game. Beat it twice.
You know,
Okay.
I am kind of nervous about Shenmue 3 because, you know, that got kickstarted. We'll see when that comes out.
I'm not a fan of games being kickstarted. I'm sorry, but if you can't find a publisher to pick up your game, then obviously there's not enough fan support for your game to begin with.
The thing is, with Shenmue 3, as my man Bobby was just saying, Shenmue 3 was supported half by the fans itself. A lot of fans. God damn, they got supported a hell of a lot by the fans.
I wasn't saying that. I was saying I'm nervous about the whole situation. Like, I don't know if it's going to be good or bad.
I understand, but they also got funded by Sony, so Sony's picking up the rest of the slack.
Wait, are you sure? Because it has a due PC release too. So are you sure?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. Hey, hold up. Why did the fans say to fund this if Sony came in and help y'all with the rest? Why did we have to cut the chip in when Sony is paying for the rest of this? Why?
I don't think Sony paid for it. Because I've heard it might also get an Xbox release after it's out.
I can't spell.
Maybe Sony paid for Times exclusive. Maybe they gave the company enough money to get the project worked on, and said, "Hey, we get this game 6 months or a year earlier than you can release it on any other platform."
Yeah. Hey,
same way Xbox did with Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
And the same thing that PlayStation did. Was it Street Fighter 5?
Hey, Bobby, I can't spell Shenmue. Could you look for that information, see was I'm correct? If not, you could prove that I'm wrong.
Yeah, look for it after the video. And if you are wrong.
Oh, no, you can do it while we talk.
Oh, my keyboard's Matt Lavy, sure.
Just put your mic on mute. Excuse me. As I was saying, I fully think that these companies should be accountable. I'm not sure why they're not being accountable because you have a lot of fucking fans.
Oh, look. Yeah, I don't think that... I see publishers, and I don't see Sony's name. If Sony put money, wouldn't they be considered a publisher if they threw down money like that?
You said, would they be considered a publisher?
Yeah, if they threw down like a lot of money, like $500,000, wouldn't they have their name as a publisher?
Yeah, they should be considered a publisher.
Yeah, there's two publishers. I think it was the second one there, the Shib... I don't know how that's pronounced, Blake, can you help? Shibayu Productions? Shibayu? Is that it? Shibayu Productions?
Just make
Shibuya.
Shibuya Productions, okay.
Just make sure to put the link in the chat. So
Shenmue's 3 original funding goal on Kickstarter was just $2 million, a fraction of the budget of the first two games on the Dreamcast and Xbox. Suzuki and his team reached their initial fundraising goal in less than a day, and later said that to make Shenmue 3 a truly open-world game, it would require $10 million in crowdfunding, not the $2 million. Additional features are being added as stretch goals. On top of everything Shenmue 3 will already bring, the stretch goals I've laid out, blah, blah, blah. At the $5 million mark, there will be a new gameplay feature. If we should make the $10 million stretch goal, a much larger, completely open world will be available to be explored. We still don't know how much Sony and Suzuki's other investors are kicking in precisely. how much Shinmi backers will get for their money or how the third game in the series will compare to its forebears. So basically, they still don't know how much money Sony has backed them. But at the time of this article was written in 2015, which was roughly a year and a half ago, they had raised $3.6 million just by crowdfunding. That's without Sony's input.
I see that. I think this is their final money that they got, which is $6 million. Because it's over. It ended. It's a 6,731,889 with 74,063 backers.
Then it shouldn't be hard for Sony to flip the bill then, to flip the rest. And whoever else is the publisher that's putting money towards this.
I mean, this was... I think this shit ended in 2015, 2016.
I mean, that don't mean they still not accepting money from the fucking publishers.
What happened?
I said that still doesn't mean they wouldn't accept money from the publishers.
I'm not saying that.
Well, anyway.
So, we don't know yet, basically. It's never come out and said Sony is potentially going to help fund the game. Maybe they're going to provide equipment for the people to use.
No official word has really come out. I think is what it's saying.
Yeah.
So it was just fanboys going with the little information that they had and stretching the truth.
Yep. And why do you think Kickstarter doesn't hold people accountable for? And why do you think fanboys always tell you, well, if you don't, well, that's why you shouldn't never gave them money at the get-go. You should always want somebody to be held accountable.
And the thing is, I've looked into Kickstarter, and I think it says that you are accountable. But then
there's so many fine lines, and there's so many ways to get around their wording, and legal mumbo jumbo is their problem.
Because they claim that Kickstarter, you're donating towards a project, so legally you're not paying into anything. But if you claim that you're doing something, and you show proof that you're able to do it, fuck that. You should be able to be taken to court, and Kickstarter should be
like Blake was just saying. There's ways to get around it because of how obviously how poorly everything's written.
Hey, matter of fact, then if that's the case, then Kickstarter should hold the money to themselves until the goal is completed, and then make sure to write up a contract. Hey, this money will give it to you. Will be given to you. But if you do not complete the project and all the promises that you have made to these people, we will take you to court to get the money back, to give back to the backers.
Well, I mean, if the company is holding the money themselves, they could just send it back to the people, like you're just saying. If Kickstarter was holding the money themselves, they could just send it back to the people that funded it, the backers.
Nah, because you still got to give the money to them. Excuse me. You still got to give the money to them to work on whatever they was supposed to be working on. Excuse me.
What did you mean by hold the money until they get to a goal?
Because I believe...
That's what I'm saying. Like, if they don't hit the goal, that what you're saying is Kickstarter should just send the money back.
Send the money back. But if they do hit the goal, that's when the contract should be be created for them. So both parties agree that, hey, we'll be giving you the money now, but if this project isn't not completed or everything is not promised, we will be taking you to court on your backers' behalf.
A lot of the scammers will, like, I call them scammers because a lot of the assholes on Kickstarter and shit, they would find a way around that. They would release everything half-assed and say, oh, look, we promised everything. Even though it's half-assed, we promised it. There you go.
Oh, and before we go to the third subject, early access on games. How do y'all two feel about that?
I feel like it's fine because a lot of good has come from it, but at the same time, a lot of bad is in there. So, like we were saying before, there needs to be more
quality control.
There needs to be quality control on Steam's part. Like, if something's in early access for 4 years, Steam or 2 to 4 years, that's when Steam should step in and start doing something.
Yes.
or GOG for an example, or
GOG is
or Xbox Live or PlayStation, because now you got early access games on those platforms.
hmm the three biggest targets I can name right now off the top of my head is Ark Survival. Ark Survival should no longer be considered an early access when you have a DLC coming out for your game. Steam and Xbox should step in. Hey, what you doing? You got DLC for a game that you currently believe saying that's an alpha. No, you can't.
You know,
You shouldn't do that.
I can name a lot, because I went through my phase of buying those early access survival games, and I bought games from 2012, 2013 on Steam that are still in early access. Like, I'm sorry, 2013, 2014 that are still considered in early access.
Oh, what's the biggest What's the biggest one?
I could say Rust, DayZ, standalone. That would do so many. Project Zomboid. If that's still in early access.
I know that.
Dude, there's so many. Shit. 7 Days to Die.
7 Days to Die that looked like an excellent game.
It's still in early access. It's still in early access, though. I mean, they're still working on the game and adding shit, and removing shit, but it's been in early access now since 2013, 2014.
Wow.
There's so many. And there's so many games I don't even remember the names for, because the people have abandoned the games. That's when Steam should remove them from their storefront, because they've been abandoned now. Some of the games I bought have been abandoned since 2014.
Oh, once they abandoned, no doubt, they need to be
like,
cut.
for example, Planet Explorers. I think the last update for that was in 2015.
Dang.
I have another game. I have another zombie game I bought. Last update was 2014, 2015. I have a dinosaur game, kind of like Ark, that hasn't been touched since 2015. 2014, I'm sorry, 2014 or 2015. So there's a lot that Steam needs to have quality control over that.
And one thing I have to say, Steam needs to have a different rules when it comes down to early access games, when it comes down to their refund policy. Some early access games, you cannot know that there's game-breaking bugs to this shit until you get to a certain point. 2 hours is not enough. And I've seen a hell of a lot of reviews when I took my H1Z1 return back, because a lot of people saying, hey, make sure you take your money back before the 2 hours up. Is a hell of a lot of game-breaking bugs to it. This game has not been fixed. It seems like they just said fuck their consumers. And it's just almost every day and you being kicked off the servers because they're doing maintenance. And what is the maintenance on? Because they still got game-breaking bugs.
And Keith, get this. Some of the developers actually put, and this, I've heard this as like a rumor, but it's actually happened to me, so I do believe it.
Mm-hmm.
There's like an actual bug. Okay, this is the rumor. This is the rumor. There's a bug that the public, like these early access developers put in their games on purpose.
What?
Which I think I believe it, because I've been hit with this a few different times with early access games. And it does this. When you close the game, it continues running in the background without you knowing. So it racks up gameplay time.
Are you serious?
So you can't refund it because, let's say you turn it off, and for an example, say you play it for an hour, you turn it off, you're like, I'm going to refund this when I get home from work. You come home from work, and all of a sudden you have like 11 hours of gameplay time. You're like, what the fuck?
And you know what? And Steam really needs to have a difference. When your character is not moving, the clock needs to stop. It really needs to stop. Because if you're not playing the game, then in your Steam says idle, your fucking time should stop until you push that controller or mouse for Steam. Like, okay, his time haven't been up yet. Still giving him his fucking refund.
Keith, you probably have experienced this with some Steam games, because it is a legitimate issue with some of them. Where you close the application, okay, you close the game. It's not on your taskbar, it's completely closed. But in your Steam, your little character, and when it lights up green for when you're playing a game, and it's grayed out when you're not, it's still green it's still lit up green for some reason, saying that you're still in the game.
Thanks for letting me know that. I will try my best to look for it.
Yeah, and if you do get hit with that, you need to Control-Alt-Delete. You need to Control-Alt-Delete, go into your processes, find the game, and delete, and stop the process that way.
Okay, thank you. I will check that out. Okay, and our next topic here, Blake.
Yeah, so indie developers getting out of hand, with a few indie developers acting fools with lawsuits they can't even afford, threatening the owner of Steam, and one indie developer trying to sue Steam owners because of reviews. Can this leave a bad rap for new people jumping into the indie market?
Yes.
Um, yeah, no shit.
That would that
uh,
would that would be like, for an example, that would be like if all the biggest YouTubers started doing stupid shit. That would leave bad taste in people's mouths on YouTube.
well, yeah, people won't want to sponsor YouTube anymore. So basically, if all these other indie developers are being idiots, people aren't going to want to give indie developers a chance.
Yep.
Steam Greenlight will be shut down. Sony's indie development scene will be shut down. Microsoft on their store will be shut down.
Mhm.
I mean, what are you going to be left with? Humble Bundle?
Oh hell no.
And,
Yeah.
and the few DRMs that actually deal strictly with indie games, like actually this ain't even around anymore. I think Desoria got shut down because it didn't have they didn't have any user support in it, and they couldn't afford to run the servers anymore. There was a lot of really good indie games on that thing too.
Cause my beef is I've been watching a lot of Jim Sterling videos. Your man is quite funny to me. I seen so.
I love his videos. I love his videos, especially with the video where he goes ham on Ubisoft. And he says Ubisoft on PC equals shit.
That is true. So what I've seen so far that your man gotten hit with, well, not one person by the name of Digital Homicides tried to sue him.
Oh, that whole development team's a fucking joke. That whole indie developer.
Yes, and what was stupid is the the creator or whatever his name is. I'm gonna call him James.
I'm going to say something that you might know about them or you might not.
Mm-hmm.
They are the kings of releasing indie
Assets.
games. Releasing indie games as fast as they can. They're absolute shit.
Yep.
If you don't know this, they had like 100. I think they had like 130 indie games released on Steam in the span of 4 months.
Yeah, to help get money for the lawsuit. Even had a Patreon to ask them money for their lawsuit with Jim Sterling, which they only got like what $100 or $3.
Oh no, but Blake, they were releasing $15 games when the games were over in 25 minutes. You beat the game in 25 minutes.
And what was going on was Jim Sterling pointed out how they would get a Unity 5 or some shit and just resell assets.
Keith, and this is the most fucked up thing about them. They did this, okay? You would think, oh, $25, people are getting refunds. No, dude, they were releasing games like that before refunds was a thing.
Oh.
So you pay $15, play this shit ass indie game, and then you beat it in 25 minutes, and guess what? You're fucked. You're stuck with a $15 game, and now it's beat with no achievements, no nothing to show for it. Just a shit indie game that you just bought, and now you're duped out of your money.
That's a damn shame, dog.
They even released games where it's two little black lines. The whole point of it is just they tip over. And you're supposed to align. You're supposed to click your mouse, and if you align them, you win the game, and it's over. The application closes.
What?
Oh wow!
What?
They charged that for $10.
Yeah, he admitted in the phone call that he was wrong for doing that, and he brought the prices down to $5 or less. And Jim was like, that still doesn't make it any better.
Dude, I wouldn't even want to spend 25 cents for a game that you can beat in 10 seconds, and then it's over. And then you're duped out of your money.
Yep.
$5 for a 25-second game? That's fucking retarded as all hell.
Yes, it is. And then the second person that tried to sue him, it was the people that made the airplane game. I could not find that fucking video for shit.
There's so many airplane games on Steam. I don't know which one you're talking about.
Now it was in Jim Sterling's video of him talking about how he made the review, and when he bought it, there was a bargo state. I mean, there was something in the terms of service that you must contact us for our permission. Can you review our game?
That's actually against the law.
It is. That's stopping on your freedom of speech.
And that's also stopping all over the fair use laws
Yes.
as well.
Yes. So they was threatening to take him to court, and they're like, okay, I'll just go get my lawyer, and they dismissed. I mean, they stopped the lawsuit. Never went to court about this. There was somebody else, but I can't remember. But these indie game developers is really getting the fuck out of hand.
There's another case I was telling you before you started this video, where there was another YouTuber called the Critical Brit. I forget his actual real life name, but the Critical Brit on YouTube. He was reviewing a really bad first-person shooter game. Mm-hmm. Okay, and they actually told him, "Oh, it's okay if you review it." And so he gave it an honest review. It was a piece of shit game at a high price tag. So he gave it like I think a 2 or 3 out of 5. Or it was like 1 out of 5. He gave it something. And then they tried doing flagging his video. They tried doing this is against copyright. He ended up winning, but the company tried that so hard. And then they were like, "We're going to take you to court." I was like, "Okay, you can try."
And I don't understand. They keep threatening lawsuits, which they clearly can't afford the fucking case, even go that far in the court case.
And speaking about indie developers being an ass, Phil Fish. Is that enough for people? Right there. Like, everything we just talked about, and then Phil Fish on top of it all. Like the icing on the top.
When Phil Fish refused to send the second game out because people heard his fees. No, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, wasn't he already working on the second game already before he...
The second game was, I believe, completed and ready to be released.
So, your man took food out of the people's mouths that helped him made that game then. And I'm pretty sure that was a one-man show. I'm pretty sure he had like 20 or 10 people or something. Because the game...
I think it was like 15 people helping. Like, yeah, people helping for the sound, people helping for the animation, people helping with PR. And then he decides to get on Twitter, run his mouth, and fucking ruin everything for everyone.
You want to know something then? Then the people that helped him should have put some money together for a class action lawsuit against him. There was no reason for him to cancel the game they all worked on. I could see a corporation would be hard to take you to court for, because companies cancel games all the time. I think Microsoft or EA almost had the game completed or had the game already completed and say, nah, fuck this, we don't want to release that shit.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of games completed and then scrapped.
Yes. Well, it's hard to sue a fucking corporation to do that. But one single man, what the fuck he gonna do? He can't pull money out of thin air to stop a class action lawsuit. They had every right to fuck his ass up. You just took money out of their rent, their fucking bills, their time and effort went into making that game. And what's the reason he canceled the shit?
Because of the backlash he got on Twitter, and I can't deal with this anymore. I'm done. And then he leaves Twitter. He cancels the game because he decided to start shit with people, and then he couldn't handle the backlash.
That's some terrible shit, dog. And Phil Fish, I hope something terribly happened to you. I don't wish death on nobody. I'm not admitting that on here. But I wish something happened to your bitch ass.
But anyways, guys, I think we're going to end it there. Because I'll be honest, Keith, I got to go take a piss really bad.